At what point are we going to say these people are stupid? I mean, really, at what point? And people are saying it's because of money, because Harry has some sort of trust fund or something like that that he needs with his dad. Harry's 40. He doesn't need his father's permission for anything to manage his finances, unless, of course, his father is the one financing him. But I think it goes a lot deeper than that. And to talk about it today, I have my very, very dear friend, Andrew POV, to talk about it. Hi, Andy.
Hello.
I want to share something with you because I want to hear your input. The secret summit has been all over the news, what do you make of that? What was it that you were reporting on? What were you thinking of the secret summit?
Right off the bat, it was Meghan. Like, I feel like this is also a sabotage where what is being reported is he was setting up for peace talks to start an era of peace. That's what was reported. I believe it was in the Telegraph. Okay. But the thing was, the Telegraph is notorious for being Harry. We know that Harry leaks directly to the Telegraph. Meghan doesn't. See? So when the Telegraph said that Team Sussex was pissed off, in my opinion, what that meant is they asked Harry, and then Harry's like, oh, yeah, we are pissed off. We can't believe this shit. I can't even believe it. But the thing is, in the background, Meghan, who leaked it, she's like, oh, yeah, I did it. But Harry doesn't know that because he's an idiot and he's her pet,
What is really interesting is the following. Okay. You see the chick sitting on the side in front of the two men?
Yeah, she has a hunchback just like Meghan.
Yeah. But what is interesting, wouldn't you be interested to know what those two men are looking at? But the reason why she doesn't look is because she knows.
Yeah, she knows they're there. Absolutely.
So this is why she does, because can you imagine if you're sitting down and you see people look, you look immediately, right? It's like, what are you looking at? But
that's why it was so obviously Meghan as well, because Meghan knows. There's been plenty of times, right, where you can see the shot and Meghan is literally in the shot, and it's so obvious that shot is where she wanted it to be.
Yeah, but what caught my attention is that woman is seeing two men. You can see the royal King Charles royal aide really upset.
Yeah.
Right. Number two,
he's like furrowing his brow and everything. He's like, who the shit is that? Because they know this, this is Meghan's deal. And that's why when you see, like, put the picture back up real quick. Think about the angle of the picture. And if you look from where they're at, it's literally like, look at the actual spot where this is on the side of the building. It's obviously under a tree. See, this is really specific to where this Meredith woman with the hunchback, just like Meghan, where this woman told Meghan, okay, we're going to sit right here. We're going to sit in this exact spot. So that way you let them know. Or, which even more possible, Meghan came up with the whole thing. She's saying, oh, sit in this exact spot. The shot is going to be right there ready for you. And that's why she doesn't make any kind of movement.
Yeah. And the thing is that people don't know that this guy, Liam Maguire, he also looks upset. I believe he was also set up because otherwise he would have ignored the camera. This guy was actually in Sandhurst.
He didn't know either. Like, even though he is a part of, supposed to be of Meghan and Harry's team, he didn't know either. And it's very obvious with something like that, which is why the idea that when I saw that story about Team Sussex frustrated, they're frustrated because of the leak. No, you're not frustrated. Meghan's the one that did it. What are you talking about?
Well, I do believe that Harry was frustrated. I do believe that Harry was frustrated
over it. Yeah, he did. Because Meghan leaked it. But when they say frustration, like, no, Meghan is the actual problem. And that's what you have to ask yourself, really. Does Harry see that? Like the way that you and me can see that it's Meghan, we know that. We know she did it, and everyone else does as well. Do you think that Harry can see that?
Well, from what I was told, Meghan said that it wasn't her. Team Sussex is understood to be frustrated after details of a peace summit. You know why the F do they call it a summit? A summit is a high government thing. This is
Yeah.
just a meeting. This is not a summit. Harry's not a government head of state, and neither is that D-list mattress actress. Pardon my English. So, but it's Harry because she said to Harry, "I didn't leak it. It must be the palace because they want to set up. They don't really want you to be friends with that and blah blah blah." But what
Hmm.
is interesting is that people are saying that it's because Harry wanted money. I heard some reports, I don't know who said it, but I've
Yeah.
seen it in the news going
Yeah,
around.
I've seen that as well.
But the fact of the matter, that's not it. From
Hmm.
what I understand, he does want something from the king, but it's not what you guys think. At least that's what my source told me about it. Harry is in huge trouble. This is the thing with this guy. This guy is such an idiot. I do believe that Elton John played him because remember that I don't know if you remember, or I don't know if you were in the Mexican environment or covering these two idiots when this happened, but the Queen in 2019 invited Meghan and Archie to come to spend summer at Balmoral, like
Hmm.
they always do, Sandringham and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Meghan refused because she said that the baby couldn't fly; it was too young to fly. But then she got on a plane with Elton John and she went to Ibiza. That lawyer that basically has spearheaded all of this was there. And he's the one who convinced Harry to do this because you see, Elton John was really angry with the Daily Mail because the Daily Mail fought for years to publish the story where Elton John was accused of sexual harassing a bodyguard. So the Daily Mail won the lawsuit and they published the story. So, but so Elton John always had it in, like in his head to get even with the Daily Mail, but they had no way to do that. So, but they knew that using this idiot, he enlisted Meghan, who's a hungry, I'm not going to say the word, and convinced this idiot to fight. Hugh Grant was smart enough and got out, but and a lot of people got out. But this idiot, because he is an idiot, I do believe that Harry is retarded. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a literal way. Forrest Gump way.
Definitely not smart. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The elevator does not reach the penthouse. But the thing is, though, that if they didn't disclose this, it is not a problem if he had said, we have hired or we have retained the services of this private investigator who used to work for the newspaper. We have him on retainer for £5,000 a month. They had to legally disclose that. If they didn't, that is malice,
Hmm.
because that could mean that the investigator could have betrayed the trust by the press.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they're bound by certain things. And what does it mean for Harry financially? If this is found out like that, he is liable to pay not only his legal fees, but the newspaper's fees as
Hmm.
well, which are 38 million pounds. That
Good.
is 44.200,000, 200,000 million dollars. So the reason why he reached out to his daddy is because he wants the king to have a quiet word with the newspapers to make it like, go away, go away, go
Hmm.
away, my little buddy, you know.
Yeah.
So what? And I think, like you said, Megan is such an animal. In Spanish, es un animal. She's such an idiot, like she doesn't understand that this prejudices her because this is bad for her, but she sees this as being good because people see, oh, they're still linked to the royal family. The royal family still want them back.
Hmm.
So that raises the stakes for her. Because, oh, look, what if they come back to the royal family? You know, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
A
What
lot
do
of
you think
people
about
have
that?
reacted to that. There has been a massive reaction to the possibility of these two idiots coming back. And on X especially, but also in the comments, I've seen nobody's with it. Not even like 99.1. It's like 100% of people. Nobody wants them back. And some people even used to say, oh, maybe with the divorce. But I mean, still, right now, like think about it. If the narrative of the secret summit, right, was okay,
Uh-huh.
it was for that. It was for Harry to start some peace talks, right? And we'll run with
Mhm.
that. Okay,
Mhm.
so then that means at the current moment, Harry is not divorced yet, and they're beginning peace talks, which can only mean that that means Meghan Markle is going to come back as well.
Absolutely, and I mean, if they could
See?
rehabilitate Camilla, rehabilitating Meghan Markle is a piece of cake, for
Yeah.
Charles. But to me, that's not even it. To me, is that Meghan Markle? I don't think she wants to come back to the UK, but she does want to improve her profile. And people have already dismissed with all these divorce rumors. What she's doing by exposing this is people are saying, "Oh, wait a minute, the royals still want her." So
Yeah.
in the States, that raises her profile still because she can say, see, they want me, they want us, even though that's not true. And she has no intention of ever coming back to the UK.
Yeah.
I don't believe she has any intention, anyways. But in a way, indirect way, it does help her because people in the United States are wondering, what? What do you mean peace talks? So they might want her? So that kind of sends mixed messages. And this is why Netflix and big companies are sitting on the fence because, what if they go back? We can't treat her like shit because if she goes back, then she's going to remember
Oh,
she's a
I
vengeful little
mean,
bitch.
I said it on my show. If they go back, I'm not going to stop.
Oh, no, we're
Sorry.
going hard on her. We're going hard
Yeah,
on her.
like I don't agree. I don't agree with that, to be honest. I'm sorry to have to say that. Uh I think if these two people were to go back, if this was to actually happen, you're talking about an embarrassment on the royal family themselves. You're talking about they took and this is the biggest thing, the biggest one. Okay, fine. Charles has cancer. He can kind of see the end. Maybe he wants to make up with his son. Fine. But still, everything after everything, you know.
No, and the thing is, though, that I can understand him wanting to make up, but why have a meeting in London when this could have been done by phone or whatever the hell? They could have had Harry come over to the British consulate in California. They could have stripped him down bare. They could have had like secret like video calls with that guy.
Mhm.
Why fly that woman, the Meghan Markle's hire all the way to London?
The fact that she did go over there, like in that manner that it was in person, I think that says a lot. So it was something very important because they met face to face. I don't think
And
that's a small thing at all.
no, and I do think it has, from what I was told, it has to do with this thing with the money because that would Harry doesn't have $44 million, guys, and that will break them. And not only that, I believe that this woman went there and recorded the meeting. She
Yeah.
recorded the meeting, and guys, get ready for more leaks, and because it was very suspicious to me how this woman didn't look where those other two men are looking. It's like, it's human nature, Andrew. It's like, don't look. It's like the worst thing you can say to a person is don't look that way because immediately you look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is very interesting to see how this is going to unfold. We're going to see because now they're denial. I do believe that Harry did not know. And I do believe that Harry is now waking up that his wife is a skank. And he's angry because we're talking money here, and this is quite serious, So how do you think this is going to end?
It's going to be entertaining. That's number one. It all depends on where it goes. If you're talking about a reconciliation, I think that would be the most entertaining. If you're talking about this trial with that screenshot, that right there, the fact that it's still going to go to trial after finding out that the man withheld documents, after finding out that he paid for witnesses, I mean, I don't know how it does. So as far as it goes for the trial, I don't get it. It's already proven that Harry's claims are full of shit. Yeah.
See, but the problem is not that he hired him, but that he did not disclose it.
Mm-hmm.
You
And of course
understand
he
that?
wouldn't. That's why he withheld him.
Yeah, and yes, and because now that and the press are like, wait a minute, and the press is after Harry. I mean, they really are angry. 38 million pounds is a lot of shit, a lot of money, just
Yeah.
for a spoiled prince who was pictured, walking aimlessly the streets of Fulham looking for drugs or whatever the hell he was looking for, without
He
a
was looking for
bodyguard.
dope.
Yeah, they was looking for dope.
He was looking for
Thank you.
dope.
Well, thank you for your opinion, Andrew. and please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, and go to Andrew's channel and subscribe as well. Yay.
How do you cry? Because you're an excellent, excellent crier.
Thank you very much. Sometimes if you just stare really hard for a long time, tears will come. But no, it's more than that. It's just being in it. I mean, the stakes are so high, who wouldn't be crying?